I'd like to voice my opposition to the nomination of Norman Bay to be commissioner of and eventually lead the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC. I fail to see what qualifies Mr. Bay to be chairman of the commission, especially when the acting chair of FERC, whom he would displace, is much more qualified to hold the position. Unlike most FERC commissioners in the last decade, he has never served as a state utility regulator. He's never served on the commission and does not possess the background in policy areas that FERC is charged with overseeing. In contrast to Mr. Bay, the current acting chair of FERC, Shirley LaFleur, is much more qualified to hold the chair position. Ms. LaFleur came to FERC with more than 2 decades of experience in the electric and natural gas industries, including roles as Chief Operating Officer, General Counsel, and acting CEO of National Grid USA and its predecessor. I find it shameful that this administration would seek to displace a well-qualified woman in favor of a male nominee with less experience. More importantly, and of utmost concern to my home state, there are factors that lead us to believe that Mr. Bay would reliably serve as a rubber stamp for this administration's extreme anti-coal agenda. This agenda harms the people of Kentucky and is one I most strenuously oppose. As the current head of FERC's enforcement office, he has shown a history of targeting carbon-intensive businesses. Who is to say that if installed as the next head of FERC, he won't come after Kentucky businesses reliant on the coal industry for electricity, which is 90% of my state? Moreover, during his testimony before the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee this past May, Bay cited his home state of New Mexico as an example of real-life, all-of-the-above approach to energy. He mentioned his state's reliance on solar, wind, oil, and gas for its energy mix. Notably, left out of this supposed all-of-the-above approach, however, was any mention of coal, which, by the way, provides 70% of the electricity in New Mexico. For all of these reasons, because he is not qualified, because he holds an anti-coal agenda, and because he will be only too willing to implement this administration's anti-coal policies, I will be opposing Norman Bay's nomination to FERC, and I urge my colleagues to do the same.